Got a new haircut at home. You'll actually see that in my vlog. Okay, let's talk about my Kindle. Hi, I'm Minsu. Today I'm here to talk about my Kindle. I actually bought this only a few days ago, but I'm super excited about it, so I decided to make a video. And a lot of friends and people have been asking me if it's worth it, if I think it's worth it, if they should get one. So I'm here to give my opinion, basically. Just a reminder that every experience on any device or anything in general might be different for some people. So maybe you don't like the Kindle, although I like the Kindle. Maybe you prefer the Kobo, maybe you don't like e-readers at all. So yeah, I'm just making this video for fun and because, like I said, some people ask me about it. Basically, I got the Kindle, I think this is the 11th gen, and this one is the one that got out this year or last year. I think it was this year. It's a paperwhite. It's in the color black, as you can see. It has the little like Amazon symbol on it. And I do have the cover of my book as the screensaver, and you can like touch it around and it won't unlock or just beat my glasses. Ow. You can just touch around the screen and it won't like light up or wake up the screen. You actually have to click this, okay, you can see it like this button right here, and if you click it, there you have it, you have your book. And as I said, I do have the book cover in it, but you can change it to some random backgrounds. I think you can have a different one, like it changing it automatically. If it was a cover I didn't like, I would probably just have a normal background instead, like a random one and not the book. Okay, so this is what the Kindle library looks like. This is what my library looks like. This isn't actually my book. This is my boyfriend's book, which is a cooking book. But I do have some stuff on here, and basically all the stuff that I have on here are on Kindle Unlimited, as like, I don't know if you could see, but basically it says Kindle Unlimited. And that's one of the things I really like about Kindle. It's that it has, like I said, Kindle Unlimited, which is basically a subscription service where you pay, I think it's €9 a month. And I think it's really worth it because it has so many books, like a lot of books. I do have Almond, for example, Daughter of the Pirate King, The Hobbit, Howl's Moving Castle, which I'm really excited to read. I've been meaning to read this book for so long, like. Oh, and another thing is that you can borrow books from libraries online, like the library online service. For example, I have the Libby app, and although I live in Europe, I use USA's friend's email, which is illegal, but I didn't use her email, I used her address, because on Libby you can only create a card if you are in the USA. Basically, you have the Hunger Games, you have the Hunger Games, the entire series, like the trilogy was. I was going to say the 3 books and the trilogy at the same time. But you basically have all 3 for free. You have King of Scars by Late Bardugo. Yeah, you have a lot of books on Kindle, basically. Another nice thing, and it's basically what I struggled more. I like to read when I walk to work, so I really struggled with like having a physical book, especially when it was really windy, because the pages will just go all, and I was trying to read it and I couldn't. Also, to carry around, it's so much nicer because this is like so light. I think a lot of people are doing that, but I ordered a transparent cover from AliExpress and also pop sockets and some just random stickers to decorate it. As I was saying, it's really light, so you can carry it around in your bag. And actually, when I got to the store, I didn't have time to read because I had to speed walk to work because I was late. But when I got to the store, my bag was so light that I was like, oh no, I forgot my book, I forgot my Kindle. It was there. And also, if you are a mood reader like me, I like to switch between books while I'm reading because sometimes I'm just not feeling that genre. So this is very handy because you don't have to like carry around 2 books. For example, I was carrying The Good Lie, which is what I'm reading now around. And then I also wanted to read Blue Lily Lily Blue when I felt like it, so I also carried that book. And it's not that nice carrying two books around, especially when you have a small bag like me. I don't use that much of a big bag. I'm not a big bag person. So in terms of transportation is a lot more handy. In terms of battery, that's also another thing, because I think that the battery life on this is really nice. I heard there are people who go like 2 weeks without charging it and it works perfectly fine and they read a lot. So far I've only charged it once, and when it came it wasn't fully charged, so I think that's normal. I used to read on my iPad, so I could do all these things like see what page I'm in, see what percentage of the book I'm in, and you can still do that on the Kindle. This is the page that I'm in, and this is the percentage of the book that I read. And then if you slide it down, you have the brightness that you can adjust. Like this is the maximum. I usually have it about, I think 20%, that's what I had it on. And then you can just turn up the warmth, which you couldn't on the Kindle Basic, but now you can. And it's really handy, especially for me. I already wear these glasses that have this blue filter on, which make things like this. It makes things basically more warm so that the harsh lights and stuff aren't hurting my eyes. You can also zoom in like the letters, and it will make the letters bigger for you. When I started, I read it at, I think it was 5, which is basically the like the font of a normal book, the size of the font of a normal book. But then, to be honest, I think that if I read it at 7, I think that my eyes don't get as tired, because I'm not making as much of an effort to just see the tiny letters. I think that I read much quicker, to be honest. It's like I'm clicking. I feel like I read much quicker on Kindle. Here you also have the Bluetooth settings, you have the flight mode, which some people say that if you're borrowing a book from the library, if you turn this mode on, you can just, like if you're alone of the book is ending, you can actually keep it on your Kindle without it going away. And then if you turn off the flight mode, it will get delivered to the library instantly, because sometimes you can just read a book in 21 days. I think that's the limit on Libby. Sometimes some people take longer. I do sometimes take longer to read some books. You have the dark mode on here, which turns everything black. I used to read a lot with this dark screen on, but then I got used to the more warm one with the white, and I'm really enjoying that more, to be honest. And then you have the sync, which I think is like if you have I still haven't tried it, but if you have other Kindle devices, and for example if I add a book to my Kindle app on my phone, it will upload it on my Kindle, and I think that's it. Then you have settings, all settings. You basically have a lot of stuff. I'm not going through this all because you can explore it after, but you have, for example, Wi-Fi, which you can access to obviously access the store, the Kindle store, and other things. You have the reading options, which are like, I think it's if to choose either you want to pass them like this or scroll through the book. Then if you only click in here, you have other things. These are the tabs. You can access the chapters. And then you have this, which is the font size. You have the bookmarks, and then you can look some things up in here. And you have the 3 dots, which have a whole lot of stuff. If you click on a screen and hold, it will do this, which is select a word, and then you can see the meaning of the word. It has a dictionary, which is really nice, because me as a English native speaker, it's really nice because there are some words that I don't understand sometimes, or some slang that I don't understand, and this just has a dictionary in it, and it's really nice. It also has a translation, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, you can go on Wikipedia and translation. This is not really focusing. I'm trying my best, sorry. Then you can highlight it. Yeah, you can highlight it, which you can see is highlighted, and then you can just imagine select some part, and I wanna make a note about it. If I like make a note, this is a keypad. I didn't know this actually. This has a keypad. Didn't know before I bought it. I did know it when I started reading. You can save it and it automatically just highlights the phrase that you noted for you. Another thing is that you can read in the dark, because I read in the dark. Not read in the dark, I read at night. That's what I wanted to say. And sometimes I don't want to have my light on to not bother my boyfriend. So this is really handy because I can adjust the lighting so it won't go as like light as a normal light bulb. You perfectly see everything, and then you can just adjust the lighting and turn it down or up, and it's really nice. Also, it has a lot of books available. Like I said, not only on Kindle Unlimited, even if you don't have Kindle Unlimited, it has a lot of books. Not all libraries in Portugal sell books in English, and sometimes I do prefer to read only in English. So it's way easier to just go here and buy a book. As for the cons, to be honest, I don't have a lot of them. It doesn't smell like a book, like an actual book, physical book. I do like the smell of like a fresh new book and the pages on it. That's a con. It can be quite expensive to most people. To be honest, I only bought this now because I received my birthday money, or else I wouldn't be buying it. Mine costs $172. Then you have the basic one, which is $109, but I preferred to get this one because it has the warm light adjustment, and the basic one doesn't have it. This is a 6.8-inch display. The other one, the basic one, it's a 6-inch display, which is not much of a difference. Just a quick note, I forgot to compare the size of my Kindle to my iPad, and as you can see, it's a huge difference. Like, that's why I prefer the Kindle to carry around instead of the iPad, because it's really big, and also you can see the glare from one screen and the other. This one has way more glare. It is much smaller and just better, at least for me. Also, some Kindles do have advertisements. For example, this one, I did buy it for $172 without the advertisements, and if it were with the advertisements, it would only be like €3 less, so it wasn't that much, so I thought, why not? But there are some countries where the difference is really big in terms of having or not having advertisements, so you should also look into that. I'm trying to find more cons. Oh, okay, I remembered one. I heard that some people, for example, someone commented on one of my Instagram posts saying that they actually do prefer the iPad to reading instead of the Kindle, because they read a lot of graphic novels, and some or most are in color, because the Kindle is just black and white. It doesn't have any color, by the way. And I do understand that point. It's a really valid point, so that's also a con. I think that's basically it. I recommend it. It has a whole lot more of pros than it has cons, and I'm really happy that I bought it. My Frenchie is doing this. This is the end of the day, and my hair is always a mess, and now it's extremely messy. That's it. I don't know what else to say. I'm just here existing. Yeah, I hope you liked it, and bye. See you in the next video.